All right, so you think you can dance? The first episode of season 8 airs this Thursday. Tell us, guys, what's different about the season?
Gosh, there are so many different changes, and it's so exciting because they're always trying to keep it fresh and new and exciting. So I really appreciate that aspect of what they're trying to do. For this season, they're having a top 20, and season 7, as we all know, there was a top 10. And we were the first season to actually bring back All-Stars, in which were, favorite dancers from past seasons. So for season 8...
But do the All-Stars compete?
No.
They're just in there to dance with the, right.
And what the All-Stars, exactly, what the All-Stars are there for, it was very intimidating.
It's kind of like, no.
I thought it was, because when you were paired up with a ballroom person who is an expert in ballroom, and there I am, a contemporary dancer, not knowing anything, it really puts this challenge.
I don't think
that happens anyway, doesn't it?
I think it's really
Not
inspiring.
I was just going to say, it's kind of like
it's
nice
really
to feel
inspiring
like
because
you're in good hands.
They almost teach you, and you want to rise to their level.
And you may have watched them in past seasons.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I totally did.
And I think it brings you up to as high as a level, as you can reach as a non.
Did you guys audition for other seasons, or wait until you were ready?
I auditioned for season 5, and I made it, but then I was in the Miami City Ballet at that time.
That's right.
And so I couldn't.
It was devastating. Season 5, they made a huge deal about it. I remember watching it and just being like, that
was the first season I watched, I think, and that was really, really, really sad. And not only are they teaching you new dance moves, they're teaching you probably how to handle being on the show. What's the most shocking thing about being on a television show like that?
It's just
how much work goes around such a short time frame. The show is 2 hours live. It's live. So
live.
Anything that happens, you literally just do it and you see it right away.
And that happened, there was so many times where I was like, what's going on?
You put so much work into just that minute and a half of dancing, and that's
all it is 90 seconds, right?
And then the whole timing of all the cameras, and there's people running on stage with cameras.
Right, there's so much
around you dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you're dancing and then you have that kind of 360, that's like someone running on stage.
I thought it was cranes.
So do you have to rehearse with those cameramen? Do they have to know what you're going to do? You guys practice it on the stage.
Yeah, because the choreographers will ask for certain camera angles, and so you do it quite a few times.
Wow.
And then you kind of get to see it, what it might look like. Then for yourself, you can be like, ooh, that camera.
Yeah, which is great for us.
Good.
You can see it.
Yeah.
And then what about? Sorry, no, go. What were you going to say?
Just the one thing that I think will be great about this season is that with our season, having the All-Stars from the beginning, we almost kind of had numbers that were always consistently good. Because we had those All-Stars, and when you have somebody that's amazing and you put them with somebody who's not really knowing what they're doing, it's gonna
at least be mediocre.
Yeah, and now what I think they're missing is those dances that really, really, really were bad, and we didn't really have any on our show. But that's what kind of spices things up. It gives a range of that was really bad, but that was so amazing, and I think that it's going to be really wise of them to bring in the All-Stars mid-season, because they're going to have 2 contestants together struggling, and what's better to watch 2 people do amazing is 2 people struggling.
People like to see the journey.
Is this within the top 20 or further?
I think the changes are kind of what they've combined throughout the seasons, because they have a top 20 like they used to, which people asked for, and then once it gets to top 10, they're bringing the All-Stars
do what they did for
and
them.
Then also with the judges, they're bringing Mary Murphy back, and then the third judge, instead of being Adam Shankman, he's going to come back sometimes, but it's a rotating judge. So I think a lot of people like that from before.
I don't know if I do.
Really, someone...
I like somebody who can be with me the whole journey and respect.
But there's 2 people that are with you the whole journey.
I know, I just like 3.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Well, maybe 3 and a rotating.
Yeah.
I think Nigel does a pretty amazing job.
I think he does a great job.
He's the Simon Cowell of So You Think You Can Dance.
Yeah, but he's not as much of an
not
asshole.
like an asshole, but no, I don't mean it in that way. I mean like
function.
that. I mean,
he's done so much.
He's a knowledgeable guy. I trust his opinion.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by that. But he will tell you. I didn't think it was great this week.
Yeah. But it's just so much more of it's so much more of a technical exercise, where you've got a guy who's at the top of his game, knows the whole art back to front, and then young dancers like yourselves who are professionals, trained, smashing it out. To me, it's so much more interesting, as I was saying to you earlier tonight, than the other kind of reality karaoke competitions, quite frankly, in my opinion. So
season 8, that'll be cool. It sounds like it's going to shape up to be a really interesting season.
Yeah, we're excited.
I also want to know a little bit about season 7. I want to do a little gossiping.
Sure.
You don't have to get specific, but I want to know if there are any romances behind the scenes.
Yes, there were. Clearly, there were.
They're looking at each other like this was
Lauren
like...
and Dom.
You don't have to say
I mean, no, yes, there was.
Okay, all right. That's all I want to know, because we want to, I think, as an audience
we want to believe.
I want to believe you guys are falling in love.
It's like Finn and Rachel.
Over your dance.
I mean, I think that there were times where people, you know, when you get so emotionally involved with
it's
the
just
story,
a really tight
you get
bubble
caught up
because
such a tight bubble. You're
dancing
not in real
and
life.
eating and living with each other, and
it's not real life.
You know what people don't realize is that we actually all really support each other,
we're
and we're
like
all really
family.
close.
Literally,
it's not as competitive as people might think.
It's not competitive
at all. I mean, like
you cry every Thursday.
Well, right, yeah. I mean, we do see that on television. We see people being genuinely upset, and you do sort of feel. I mean, sometimes it does feel a little bit like...
It is funny.
But maybe you're going to lose that a little bit with Season 8 because we were so fortunate because there's only 10 of us. So
we were
easy,
really... It was
it's
11.
easy
we were
11
so tight
for us to click fast.
But
now
it will,
20.
it will get down to that. Yeah, I think that it happens in anything like that. The stakes are so high. And like you were saying, it's not real life. So you guys are all thrown into this thing, but you're doing it all at the same time. So there's something...
And it's like so busy and there's so much going on. The only people you could really find support is within, because no one else understands.
Do you have a lot of contact with your family and friends while you're doing the show?
But the thing is, sometimes you're really so tired. You know when you're just so tired you don't want to pick up the phone and like talk on the phone. Like
that's literally how you feel.
There's your friend is like Kent is on the couch and I'm like, okay, you know, we're talking about today. Like the last thing you want to do is really pick up a phone.
Yeah, and you have to rehash the whole thing.
Rehash the entire day. It's like.
So did your family members come out and stay in Los Angeles for any extended periods of time?
Actually, because after I snapped my Achilles, my parents actually came out to help me because I went to the hospital and I had to do surgery and I needed help to.
But otherwise, they just watch it like the rest of us.
Yeah.
They came out to watch me once, and your parents came.
Oh, my parents came out all this. Yeah, and I had such an amazing support back home, and when I came back home after...
You did. You had like an entire town, because what do you live with, like 120 people? That's your town?
Yeah, I mean, but literally, I came back on fire trucks, a parade. I had an assembly of about 3,000
That must be so weird.
there, and I have a day there. Kent Day.
And they're like,
Kent, and
you're like, I have the key to the city.
And what is it open?
Bob, you're my neighbor, relax.
How do you get into dance in a town of 100 people when you're a kid?
Oh,
isn't there one dance studio?
Yeah, and
there's one.
Yep.
Right.
And my mom knew a friend of a friend, and she was like, "Yo, Kent, you got so much energy, and sports aren't cutting it. Sports are just seasonal. I need something all around so you can get out of the house, and I can't control you."
You have a lot of siblings too, don't you?
I just have a brother and a sister. Yeah.
Oh, okay, but you had like a big.
Yes, we're close in the age range.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so there was always 3 kids in the house, but she was like, "Yeah, I need to get you out," and then one thing led to another, and it just started working.
The rest, as they say, is history.
Yeah.
Oh Christ. Final thing I want to ask you guys: are you ever, when you watch these shows, even if you see on Glee, you see some of these background dancers, but you watch the seasons so you think you can dance, you see the audition process, are you ever just overwhelmed by how much talent / competition there is out there? Does it ever just feel really
mind-boggling?
Does it ever feel like so much pressure on top of you? Sometimes I see this stuff, like I see So You Think You Can Dance, and I'm like, I cannot believe I never knew there were so many amazing dancers in our country.
Yeah, it definitely, when you're in that Vegas week and you're auditioning and you see all those people, and at that time you don't know anybody.
I kind of expect it.
You came from like the Miami City Ballet, so you came from a place
where everyone's amazing.
Setting, American Ballet Theater, Miami City Ballet, like it just.
You're like top notch, yeah. We know.
I just I just feel like there's always someone way better than you. No
but
matter
the ballet system is very competitive, right? Like you're trying to move your way up and get to the prima.
But it's not like cutthroat, like I'm gonna like stab you like Black Swan style.
No, but you're surrounded by
to be fair,
talent
she stabbed
the whole
herself.
time.
Spoiler alert.
No, but I think I always expect people to be really, really good. So for me, it's not like.
Does that make you work harder?
Yeah, I mean, because I want to be really, really good too, right? So I want to stay at the top of my game.
In my professional opinion, you are very good.
She knows, ladies and gentlemen. She knows.
I'll be honest. I have cried watching 2 of these boys dance before.
No.
So I just have to throw that out there. I think it's wonderful what you guys do. I'm really, really excited about what's going to happen in the future for the 2 of you with your careers, with your lives. because it's not just about work.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy you guys came on the show to do our Glee finale.
We all are. Thank you very much, Ken and Alex.
Yay.
And thank you to everyone that called in and everyone that watched.
Thank you so much, guys.
Sorry, 51th caller.
51. That's right.
Sorry those of you that didn't get through, but
night.
for all of you who have listened to us or watched